They should have some grocery bags down here. Lord, baby. Y'all must be ready for the next episode of Bikini Body Conscious Living. And on this one, you're going to have to watch to what she's saying, because with a body this nice and a booty that big, baby, you got to just hear every word that she's talking about. Exactly. We got Coco on this episode, and it's hosted by yours truly, Selena, Audrey, and Kamese. I wish I was on this episode, no lie, because I wouldn't even be paying attention to what she was saying. But I'm paying attention to how she's saying it, though. I'm looking at her whole demeanor. Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Casual Friday at Bikini Body Conscious Living. I've got Selena with me, our favorite cook, and everybody now knows Leo, the man behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm. That's me.
And we can see Leo is slowly starting to transform himself. And actually, Leo had shared with me a picture that I'm hoping he'll let me put up on the website of himself when he was much, much younger. And he was really, really thin. And he is actually literally 20 years later transforming himself back to that photo. It's really strange. So I'm hoping, if you don't mind, maybe we can share that with everybody on the website.
That's fine. It's your own personal time machine.
It truly is. Now, you have this hat on today. My name is Nobody.
Yes.
You guys can see that out there.
There you go.
Tell me a little bit about that. What's going on?
Well, it's a movie that, you should know.
I do know a little bit.
You should know because you were in it too. It's a movie I produced before we did this show, and it was a lot of fun.
Now, I have to tell you, on Nobody, and I just have to say, excuse any strange noises you guys might hear. You might hear thunder and wind and some crows.
Hail.
And yeah, it is such a beautiful day. We actually have all the doors and windows open, so you might hear some strange nature noises, but we are really enjoying this breeze that's going through and the fresh air, so please excuse that. But anyway, Leo, on the set of My Name is Nobody, there were some really long days. I mean, there were 15, 18-hour days, and you were much heavier then. And I would like to know, or have you explain, the difference in the struggle each of those days to get around. It was a little warm sometimes, versus now where you're kind of bouncing all over the place, weighing so much less. What's the biggest thing you notice differently with that?
My energy level is just so much better now, because back then, I mean, I still had the enthusiasm to do the work, and I still had the drive to get the job done, but I couldn't last the hours and without
Being
actually,
sluggish.
becoming sluggish and becoming fatigued, and then just not being able to get as much done as what I was hoping for, which was unfortunate.
I have to tell you, in working with you over this time, I have noticed a huge difference even in your demeanor. And you used to sit all the time. I mean, it would be like a chore to get Leo to get up and go somewhere and go do something. And now it's like he never wants to sit down. He's always on the go and doing something. And even though a lot of his work is done at a computer, it's still a huge difference. And I do feel like your energy is a totally different level than it was back then. I'm excited to find out Leo's surprise for us today.
Yes, I am too.
But before we do that, how are the 5Ks going?
Going good.
Yeah?
Yes, I'm sweating up like a pig.
That's the idea.
When I'm running.
You know, there's a term I like for that. Someone told me once. Was it sweating off the bacon, right?
Oh, yes, and like I said, like a pig, so there's definitely some bacon involved. It's too bad it's not eating bacon as I'm running, but I have noticed an improvement that I am able to sustain the running the whole time through. Because before, I would maybe be able to go 1/10 of a mile, and then I'd have to
slow down on the elliptical
for the rest of the way.
Yeah.
I have a surprise for you. Let me
And while
see
you're
what we
getting
got.
that, Leo, I just wanted to say that I actually, because the last episode we had, you brought the Denny's breakfast.
Yes, the
Fit
Fit
Slam,
Slam.
right? Pizza, yeah. And I did some research on that because I wanted to know like the calorie content of that, and for you out there to know that Fit Slam with the eggs and everything that was on there, the hash browns, 390 calories.
For the whole thing?
For the whole thing,
That's
and
not
about
bad.
19,
Not bad at all.
19 grams of protein in that. So I thought it was a great little thing.
Can you guys see this? This looks delicious.
delicious.
On
We
one
can just
side,
hold it up like this.
okay, it looks like on one side we have mushrooms, green peppers, onions, a little bit of cheese. And on the other side, it looks like chicken and artichoke and tomatoes. So this looks amazing. Oh, it smells really good.
Yes.
And I hope you guys don't mind. We're gonna dig in and try Leo's food.
And
Since
yes.
he didn't share his Denny's with us.
Right, this we're definitely going to share. And I like that, Leo, you did the 2 options because, one person likes...
Yeah, I don't know which
and
one
you're not
to try.
having to order... Everybody likes different pizzas, basically. You're not having to order, like, a bunch of different ones.
Yeah, and that's the other part of eating better is because is portion control.
Absolutely.
Back when I was fat, I could have killed this whole thing by myself.
And now?
And now it would take me I would take 2 days to do it. And you know what, Selena? I also found out calorie count on this pizza too.
Leo.
And, yes, and it's only 190 calories per slice.
I am so proud of you. You actually are you're growing. You're now researching and looking up to see what you're consuming. Great job.
Like you always say, you have to watch what you're putting in.
And today I'm going to give you a quick fitness tip to work those thighs. So around my ankles, I actually have one of the Fitness resistance bands. It's a smaller version that just goes right around your ankles, and we are going to work that outer thigh, that adductor hip area. So you just squeeze that muscle and stretch that band. You can really feel the muscles working. This is such a great exercise to do at home. These little bands, you can throw them in your purse, you can throw them in your suitcase, take them with you when you travel. There is no excuse to skip a workout. For a little bit of a change on this exercise, just turn that foot up in the air, and now we're gonna work that quad right there on the top of our leg. We wanna look sexy in our swimsuits, we wanna look sexy in our shorts. So you see that muscle right there above the knee working. Those are our quads, and we really want to make that muscle pop. Hi everybody, and welcome to Bikini Body Conscious Living. And as you can see, we're dressed a little bit differently today because we have a very special guest. Everybody, if you don't already know this woman, this is Coco. Welcome.
Hi. Hey guys.
Hi.
And she has a bikini body, and we're all trying to do our best to match this. See what she has going on here.
No. This is like my downfall. Like, I haven't been to the gym for, I hate to say it, for a couple months. So I actually just eat right, And you know what I do though? If you are always conscious, like your whole life, like I started in the fitness world when I was 18.
Right?
Right? And if you're constantly active, you'll be right your whole life. You'll be, if you even go to the gym for 6 months to a year, you'll still be okay.
It's eating right.
It's eating right and knowing what to do. I mean, I was in fitness competitions at 18. And I tried out in my very first competition in Mexico, and all the girls were like, don't think you're gonna even try to win because you have to go for like 4 or 5 years to get the groove of things. And I was like, okay, I'm this like 18-year-old girl. I'm like, wait a second, I didn't want the experience, okay?
Right.
Just let me do my thing. Let me go out there. I just want to like meet people and just get contacts from the girls because this is like a new venture for me. And I went out there and I just applied what I had.
Right.
I wasn't even like applying my full 100% self. Like, I didn't do the diet. I just knew I was an active girl and I could do something with this body. And I won. The first year I won, I was like, what the hell? Well, maybe if I apply a little bit more.
Well, I'll tell you, this is your downtime. Downtime body.
Downtime
I
body.
think she made a great point though, because people are always trying to put other, and not that they're putting you down, but to put people down to stop them kind of from doing what they know they're capable of. So don't ever let anybody tell you that you can't win. Don't let anybody tell you you're not going to make it. You do what you know you're capable of and go for it.
Right, and that's what I did.
How do you keep yourself aware all the time, whether it's eating right, getting your workouts in, whatever it might be? How do you manage to do that with the busy life that you have?
Well, it's very simple to me. I just try not to stress out about it so much. Everybody's like, oh, I got to eat this proportion. I got to take this in. I got to count the calories. I don't stress out. It's good genes that I have. Let me just give that. I do have great genes, but the fact that I always like to include protein. I'm a big protein eater. No matter what, I try to have a protein shake, a lot of chicken. That's a big thing. I never take my sweets or anything out of the equation. Everything's very small in proportion. I might have like a couple bites and I'm like kind of full. I always tell people, try to get your stomach really small so you'll get full fast. You don't need a whole plate of whatever you're trying to eat. But I still like my mac and cheese. I still like my mashed potatoes.
Oh, good girl.
You know, I'm like, but that's what makes the booty. Okay, all right, okay.
You heard it here first. We know the trick now.
That's the trick. Okay.
I actually go make some mac and cheese and potatoes.
That's right.
Every day.
I want to say thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for your time.
Thank you,
and
guys.
all about Coco today and that beautiful booty she has. But thank you again for joining us on
Build the
quick
booty.
stand up, maybe.
Oh, the stand up. Okay.
Let's get Coco to stand up and turn around.
Okay.
Here, I'll hold
Stand
that
up.
for you. Okay. Is this not Bikini Body Conscious?
Hi, everybody, and welcome back. I'm Dr. Audrey Beth, your infidelity guru. And for those of you who didn't join us last week, I left everybody with a little thought about evolution and change when it comes to relationships. And I asked everybody out there to email me your thoughts, questions, and first I want to say thank you. There was something that really stuck out to me. It was an email I got from a gentleman in Brooklyn, New York, and I want to say, number one, thank you for sending this in, but he didn't really understand what I meant and how change and evolution really applies to a relationship. And I want to clarify some of that for all of you and give you a few examples. So excuse me again for having notes here, because there are just so many little things I want to get across to you and so many important points. I had to write some of them down so I didn't forget to share them with you. So one of the things that I want to discuss when it comes to change is your significant other. If you're together for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever it may be, we all change over time. And change doesn't have to be just the outward appearance, though that is a big one. Because let's say you fell in love with a woman and she was 36, 24, 36 when you met her, and now she's 40 all the way down. That could be a big problem for a lot of people. That's evolution, that's change. And if you don't discuss it and you don't tell her how you feel about that change, you start looking the other way. She's maybe ashamed of how she looks, so she's not feeling sexy anymore. You're not feeling it anymore, and you're seeking it somewhere else. So number one thing I want to say, address the problem with the person you love. Tell them how you feel. Tell them, I know this might hurt your feelings, but I'm not attracted to you right now. Look in the mirror. Look at what you've become. Look at what you were. And you know what? It's okay to get upset about it. It's okay to talk about it. It is so important, because that discussion, that first step, might stop you from walking through somebody else's door and getting in bed with somebody else. So number one, if you love that person and you want to make it work and things are evolving, they are changing, the number one thing you have to do is sit down and just talk. The other thing, when I say it's not all about outward appearance, the changes could be you're with somebody, you're dating, you think, hey, this is the one, this is the person I want to spend my life with. So then you move in together, or you get married and move in together. And then you notice little things like, wow, they're really a slob, or, I never realized that they have to drink every day after work. And I think I'm living with an alcoholic. Those changes are okay to notice, but you have to talk about it. And when you're talking about it, don't just point fingers at them. Look at yourself as well, because believe me, as you notice those changes in your partner, they're noticing changes in you. Don't take the person you love for granted, and we all do it from time to time because you feel like they will always be there. Take the time to give them that little bit of attention that will make all the difference in their day. The other thing, talk to each other. It's okay if you hurt somebody's feelings. Remember, you are doing this to help them. This is to help you. This is to help your relationship. This is to help the person that you love.